I'm going on record. That music choice was a big miss.
That's awful.
That
That's
was
bad.
terrible.
Did people have to hear that?
Yeah, people had to listen. It wasn't just us listening to it. So I thought that I'd use that. So there's some preloaded music with Restream. I thought I used that one before. It was called Rise. Okay,
Mm.
that is straight up like funeral music.
I
Like that was
thought it was
rough.
just. I thought only I could hear it.
No. Everybody could hear that, which is
Mm.
terrible. I
Apologies to
apologize for
everyone.
the couple of people who were listening.
Yep.
Anyway, so before we introduce our guest, what's up? It's been like 3 weeks since we've seen each
Yeah, it's
other.
been a few
4 weeks,
weeks.
sir.
We've had some stuff going on. You've been out of the country.
Yeah. So it's been a good couple of weeks, but man, so busy. And if I nod off at any point, it is
It's because
definitely
of me
not.
and the special guest.
No, it's not you guys being.
Oh,
I can't readjust. So I flew to the UK for work, and then I came back, and I have not been able to readjust coming back, which I don't know what my problem is.
that's fair.
Like I'm falling asleep at 6 o'clock. So
And here we are. Let's try it out.
let's see what happens. So let's welcome our guest. It is Ryan Schoon with Japanime Games, which you were telling us in before we started that you were actually going to legally just change your name to be more on brand.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's part of the corporate agreement that I signed.
Yeah.
Ryan Japanime Schoon. It's going to be my new middle name.
It's good. It's a
I
good
love
one.
it.
It's strong.
My son's middle name too, apparently. Which
Wow.
completes
That's
something just broke somewhere, but a
no,
completely
it
side
didn't.
story.
I don't think it broke. Aaron, are you good?
Aaron, are you okay?
Aaron, are you okay? Yeah, you're good. Okay, she's good. Nothing
As long as
broke.
she's okay, it's all matters.
Yes, she's good.
Listening to my son try to pronounce the name of the company that I work for, Japanime Games.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny. He'll get it one day.
he'll get
He's only 5, so he'll get that.
Yeah, give him some grace. If he doesn't have it by 7, then we got some issues.
Sure.
Then you got to be all over him.
So it's like no, listen, we got to get this name down.
Thanks a bunch for having me on tonight, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we try to do a Halloween episode every year. So of course I've got my Michael Myers Halloween 78 shirt
Oh, nice.
on. What
I
you got
wore
on?
my Ultimate Warrior shirt.
Ultimate Warrior shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm in my work costume, if that
work
counts.
costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a
I like the work
costume.
costume.
PAX
That's good.
sweatshirt.
Oh no, I do love that pack sweatshirt.
It's so nice. It's my favorite.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's Halloween season. This is Ryan's favorite. Ryan's favorite time of year,
time of
even though he's
Miss
exhausted.
Ryan.
Both of your favorite times of year.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice. We
Okay.
didn't know this coming into this. This is good.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
we're starting strong with the comments.
Wow.
section.
Oh,
I'm
so
glad Bob's in my corner. I like to hear that.
I don't have the comments. The
Oh, you can't
comments
see
are
'em?
not showing up for me.
Oh no, I can't share them. I don't think.
Perfect.
I'm gonna refresh on my
Yeah, do the
end.
quick refresh.
I have
I'll
no
hit the
clue
opening
what's gonna
question. You
happen.
refresh.
Yeah.
So this is our Halloweeny Happenini episode. So where I would like to start with our guest. Opening question: what is your favorite classic spooky Halloween movie and why? So anything
Right.
that's Halloweeny.
I mean, this is such a cop out. This is such a no brainer. I have 2 that I watch every Halloween, and it's been an absolute pleasure getting to watch them with my kid over the past few years. But it's Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus. Like,
Good.
I mean, it's about as basic as you can get, but I love those movies, and it
That's
brings
good.
me so much joy that he loves them as well. In fact, we were putting together our Nightmare Before Christmas Lego set just before I came on here, and
Oh, that's awesome.
that's been a lot of fun.
That's a
Yes,
great
I
spot.
can see the comments now. So
Perfect.
Yep.
So you see Bob Crowell.
Crowell.
Crow.
I think it's Crowell. I think it is Crow. I think there's
Crowell.
supposed to be an apostrophe in there somewhere.
Yeah.
First
There's some
time-
umlaut in there somewhere.
First time watcher. Thanks for watching, Bob.
Yeah,
Crowell.
thanks, Bob. So,
Yeah.
Bob didn't come to my Halloween party last night. Boo, Bob.
Ooh.
I didn't either.
So
Me
you
neither.
guys would have been invited if you lived closer.
Mm.
So mine feels a little bit like a cop out, but my favorite Halloween movie is Halloween. Hence the shirt, hence the Halloween board game. I love traditional 78 Halloween. It is my youngest daughter, who's 16. She is getting into scary movies, and she really enjoys them. But she told me, she said, we were talking about like where scary movies have gone over the years and what she's seen and what she hasn't seen and stuff like that. And she's like, what Halloween does really well is they do all of the scary stuff without gore and blood and all that stuff. And
Sure.
I think that's why it's still so good, you know? And
It's fair.
she's starting to realize I show, I'm a good dad. I'm going to preface this. So I told my kids, I was like, listen, we're watching Candyman 2019, the Candyman that Jordan Peele did.
Yeah.
And let's sit down and watch it as a family without your mom because she won't watch it. And yeah, Kendall was like, that was a little much. I was like, I'm so sorry. So,
Yeah, I don't love scary movies. So the Halloween movies, yeah, like Nightmare Before Christmas,
yes,
all day, right? One of my favorites.
love it.
But when I thought of like ones that fit kind of in that genre, Army of Darkness came
Yeah.
out when I was in high school, and was still. I mean, I remember watching the first Evil Dead when rented it on VHS, and was like, this is so cheesy. I love it. And then in Army of Darkness, right? He just full embrace the cheese, and yeah, I just love that. Absolutely
So
love that movie.
schlocky. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's silly fun.
I
like
think
Halloween came to life.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary where they were talking about Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mhm.
and
Freddy Krueger.
talking about how they originally got really upset as people were like enjoying the crazy zaniness of that character, and it had to keep going that direction. Like they couldn't turn back. So, and the producers were originally pretty upset by it. So,
It's fair.
interesting.
Question number 2, sir. We are at what makes for a tense or scary experience when playing a board game. So maybe not scary,
Mm-hmm.
but like where does the tension, where does that feel really come in?
Yeah, I think there's a few things, honestly. And spoiler alert, we're going to talk about some games later. And I think that the games that I picked, when I'm thinking about what makes a game feel spooky, there's a couple different things. One, the tension can come from the gameplay mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
especially games that rely on like dice rolls or card flips or cooperation. When you're like, can we beat the deck? Like, can we solve the puzzle before the time runs out? Can we roll
Yeah.
exactly what we need to roll? Those, when paired with like a horror theme or a spooky theme, like it can really, I think, add to that tension of like roll, like, oh, we didn't make it. And then there's like the opposite side, which is like you can have incredibly thematic experiences. One that I'm bringing to the table later is incredibly narrative driven, and I think if you can really get absorbed into the narrative of a
Yeah.
spooky game, that
Yep.
can really kind of set the stage, especially some of these more app driven games, or if you provide your own music and like thematic environment, it can really like suck you in. And the more that you get sucked in, I think the more you feel the actual
Feel that.
tension of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Love it.
you bring up the app being part of it. Destiny is such a good example of that.
For
It's
sure.
not a spooky game or a horror game, but it's a game that does so well with the narrative and it does the sound design and stuff, and it adds to the game and makes it a tense atmosphere. The first time you walk into the hospital, I think it is, you get into the hospital and you hear people in the background like moaning. It's like, it's so unsettling. Like it's
Yeah,
incredibly
not
unsettling.
spooky at all.
Yeah. So I think a hidden traitor. When I think about like games that have a lot of tension to it, the Infection and Outpost 31, the Thing game, and games that have a hidden traitor like or possible hidden traitor like Dead of Winter.
Yep.
There's that tension of like somebody at the table could be lying, or you're going to accuse somebody of something that they're not doing, you know? And one of my other things is pressing your luck, flipping out one more card, like you said, Ryan. Like that's adding a lot of tension to it. So,
You don't have to share the count.
well,
Nope,
I'm
you
going
did it
to.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm going to. I feel like Hank makes me and Ryan look better. So.
I don't know who Hank is, so I don't know that he's talking about me.
Okay. It might be
Different
a different Isaac.
Oh, probably.
So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, spooky soundtrack. That's where it's at. What was the horror game that had the CD in the box? It was on tabletop. It was one of Will Wheaton's early ones. Real cheesy. Oh, gosh, it was zombies and like the trope horror characters. So
Last Night on Earth.
Yeah,
Okay.
came with a CD soundtrack. Like
Nice.
I
in
hate
the
the
jewel
front
case.
cover of that game.
Oh, it's
Like,
awful.
Oh,
the
the fact that
design
they
of
actors.
Oh yeah.
The design of it is so bad it makes me angry from a graphic design perspective that it exists.
But yeah, a lot of the things you guys said, 100%. And for me, like having any type of trader mentality in a game adds tension.
Mhm.
Doesn't really matter the game, just something where I know somebody can and will and should end up backstabbing me, even if it's a known trader thing. Like even Moonrakers feels that way at times. That like tension at the table. I'm
I
the
haven't
boss.
played Moonrakers.
Lots of tension at the table, depending on who we're playing.
And
with.
lots of backstabbing too.
And
On
lots of
Moonrakers.
backstabbing.
Backstabbing can definitely ratchet up the tension. That's for sure.
So those games where and we'd played the Lifeboats one that we got at Gen Con. I'd introduce it to friends. I don't know if you guys have played that one. It's amazing. It is some of the most backstabby, weird. You're constantly making new alliances.
Lifeboats?
Yeah. Have you played it, Shun? Have you seen it? Yeah. I was talking to Daryl about it, and I was like, "Oh, Daryl, this old game." He's like, "Yeah, I know that one." I'm like, "Of course."
Daryl knows. Daryl's played every game.
All the games. All the games.
But yeah, it's fun. It plays up to 8, and it's super backstabby. It's great.
Nice.
But yeah, there's where the tension comes in. So if we're gonna set a mood, we kind of already talked a little bit about mood, but like, how do you set a mood when hosting a Halloween game night?
I mean, they Bob nailed it already. I mean, any kind of time you could add a spooky soundtrack or just Halloween music. I like to kind of find a soundtrack that fits the game.
Yeah.
Something that and YouTube is so great for this. You can just go on YouTube and search just like Stormy Night. You've got like the thunder rolling, or you can do like werewolves in the background, and you can hear the wolves howling or the scratching at the door, the zombie. Like all of that can really fit in. Like Dead of Winter with some background music, and then of course like setting the ambiance around the area. Like, is it a game that can be played in low light? If so,
yeah,
absolutely. If you could if you could put candles out everywhere and you've got people reading their cards by candlelight, like, obviously this is not something you'd want to do for just like an average game, but when you're trying to lean into that, when you're especially setting aside like we're gonna have a Halloween game night, anything you could do to add to that atmosphere really does help.
Yeah. We have Halloween game nights. Like we're actually every day. But no, we intentionally do it a couple times during the course of October, and so we had one last night, and it was our family's annual Halloween party. It was really fun, but there were too many people around, and we were playing too many different games to set the mood, and I definitely felt it because I was like, oh man, I really wish I was playing the soundtrack or something. But a good example is I'm going to name a game in my 5 that I set the soundtrack from this horror movie that was 50 years old. It's 50 years old, and it just plays, and it's just so good, and it sets the atmosphere. And then low lights, if you're able to get by with it, that's great.
Yeah.
So,
what was the game that you could play that you played it blindfolded, the Pandasaurus one, or played with your eyes closed?
Oh yeah,
Nyctophobia, right?
Nyctophobia.
Yeah, same. Yep. Like you kind of add a little tension and complete lack of. Oh man.
Oh, that's why he skipped. That's why I didn't come last night. I knew you weren't going to play good music.
Yeah. He drove up here for games. Sorry.
It was 17 different versions of Monster Mash. That's all.
Wow.
So. I'm here for the classical version.
Yeah. I just want the Weird Al polka.
There we go.
So yeah, setting the mood, you guys nailed all of those things. I think also having the right snacks. If we're gonna go Halloween, let's go pumpkin cookies and little candies. Man. And
I don't have a picture of it, but I'm sure that you've seen. I should have taken a picture of it. My brother and sister-in-law made one of those prosciutto hand arm situation.
I've
Oh,
seen
I've
those
seen
before.
those.
Yeah.
Those are creepy looking.
Oh, dude, it was like we had 3 people hovering around it being like, I'm not cutting into it. I can't do it. Like it looked too real and too gross.
I love it.
But it
Yeah,
was
but that
delicious.
just adds one more layer, right?
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah, yeah.
of stuff you can
Literally.
Yeah, it
make
was.
it a little more
I
fun.
was like, I was pulling off a finger. I'm like, oh, this is delicious.
So speaking of food, what is the best and what is the worst Halloween candy?
All right, am I doing best and worst, or are we all doing best and we're all doing worst? What do you want?
Let's all
Do
do best,
yeah,
and
I'll
All
do
then
right,
we'll all
best
do
first.
best. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
best for me. The best thing I could walk away. I mean, putting aside like yes, the king size candy bar,
yeah, yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But for me, it's the 100 grand. Ooh,
100 grand.
100 grand is like one of those things that I don't see it around a lot. Like
Yeah,
I don't buy it for myself, even though like I
Sure.
do love 100 grand. I might buy Reese's cup, but
yeah,
like 100 grand feels like a little for me, for whatever reason, it's a little Halloween treat that I really only eat when like it's passed out to me at a Halloween event, really. But man,
yeah.
100 grand is so good.
100 grand does not get enough love. That's interesting. I haven't heard 100 grand in a while.
And it's weird because I feel like I do like them when I see them at
Yeah,
Halloween,
yeah,
But I
but I
don't
don't
seek them out.
actively search them.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of like Baby Ruth. Like if I get a Baby Ruth, I will enjoy it,
Throw it in the
but I
trash.
will
Oh.
not. Whoa, oh,
Oh,
okay,
Baby Ruth is pretty good, man.
yeah,
Don't knock it.
yeah. Baby Ruth is good. So Hank,
Can't-
candy corn, is that you're gonna have to clarify? Candy
yeah.
corn is your favorite,
It's
Hank?
divisive. I'll say that. People are
Yeah,
on one side or the other. There's very little middle ground for candy corn.
Hank, you're gonna have to clarify, bud.
Tone,
This
thanks for
is
joining us, Tony.
yeah, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Butterfinger. I gotta go classic. I love the Butterfinger. I really enjoy it. Sticks to your teeth. Eat a couple of them. Really get
Bart
in there.
Simpson.
Love it.
Yep.
Bart Simpson, mascot for Butterfinger for 30 years.
I literally took a Butterfinger last night at my kid's trunk or treat. I don't tend to take candy for myself, but I saw one of the people handing out the Butterfinger, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There we go, Shannon.
Yo, what's up,
Butterfinger.
Shannon?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
there you go. Hank clarified.
Okay. Hank, you can stay in the show. So okay.
What is
Why
in the
did my
butter?
camera just go dead?
Uh-oh.
Can you still hear me?
absolutely.
Yeah, you froze though. You're not
Oh
moving.
no.
And there you just
Let
All right.
me
Well,
figure
So I'm
out.
gonna do my best,
Do your
Katie.
best. Okay.
So I actually heard this morning. This is the top selling candy in the United States, and it's like blown up in the last couple of years because it is the perfect combination of two candies. The
what?
gummy clusters.
That's the number one candy?
Yeah, it is like it's through the roof the amount of sales that gummy clusters have had. Like,
They
I mean,
are
I got
pretty
addicted
good.
to those by accident.
but they're an
so good.
ideal candy. Like nerds are good, but nobody likes to, have handfuls of nerds, and those are great. Reese's peanut butter cups are high number one for me, but man, gummy clusters are like crazy good. Oh, where
That's
now Ryan's dead.
he's dead. I hope not.
Oh, there's a
That's
little
why it's
X through him.
that's why it's the Halloween episode.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, there he is.
Hey. Those clusters feature in every candy salad. Yeah, the candy
Never had a
salad.
candy salad.
You ever seen those TikTok videos?
No, but now I need to find a candy
Everybody
salad.
brings like a bag of candy and pours it into a big thing, and
That's
it's like,
pretty cool. Except for
Yeah.
the guy that like mixes the Skittles and the M&Ms. That's terrible.
So
oh yeah,
best
pumpkin
Reese's
peanut butter cups.
It's a good choice
Yeah,
too. I love a
gummy
good Reese's.
gummy clusters. I got addicted to those for a bit.
Dude,
So
they're so good.
it
You have
was
to
on
run
the
to the gas
show.
station, get a bag.
It was on the show that I did that. I was
Yeah,
eating
there's
them
two
like,
flavors. There's these pink ones,
yep,
and there's the blue ones.
blue ones.
The blue
Yeah.
ones are, I think I like the blue ones a little better.
Yeah. So I didn't know about a candy salad until both my daughters did no sugar for like 30 days, and they were gonna break like their candy fast or the sugar fast with a candy salad, and I was like, "What is that?" I walk into the like dining room, and there's a bowl of just like I was like, "What
Everything.
is happening here?" Everything is in this, and they
So
were just
much.
taking handfuls, and I was like, "That's disgusting."
That's so good. Yeah, Bob, I ended up getting that bag like 2 days before we went for our Airbnb we had at Gen Con. It was this giant bag of Jolly Rancher gummies, and every day everybody's just
Jolly Rancher gummies are real
handful
good.
of Jolly Rancher gummies. Not as good as the new Shack gummies, but
I saw
Have you
those
seen?
Shaq gummies. I haven't
There's
tried them yet. I
they're
saw them
they're
at the
huge.
store.
They're like this big, and
Really?
it's Shaq's face. Yeah.
That's what we need more of.
Yes. So
So
worst candy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Halloween candy.
I'm not gonna go with the obvious candy corn. The thing that disappoints me most to get
yeah,
a bag of pretzels.
I like
Just
pretzels.
Oh, the
I
I
like,
like
like
tiny, like the airline pretzel bags.
yes, I like
Mm,
pretzels
but
in
it's a
certain
small amount. Yeah,
environments,
yeah,
yeah.
but like not when I'm out for like trick or treating or at a
that's true.
Halloween party.
That makes
I
sense.
want candy, and you hand me a
Yeah.
bag, and I'm like, oh, what's in the bag? And it's like, oh, it's pretzels. No,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
love it.
Reese's
Oh,
Pieces. Never
orange
mind.
Shannon, get out. Get out.
Shannon, there's an orange one.
Get out of
What?
town.
Okay. Okay. I might have to go out tomorrow and get those.
I'm gonna go on Amazon and
Oh,
order a 10-pound bag of gummy clusters.
Yeah. That's what you
oh,
need right
do
there.
it.
Circus
Um,
peanuts are the worst. Yes.
so that is my daughter's favorite candy.
Circus peanut.
Yeah, I think it's because no one else takes them from her.
yeah, that's true. I guess if you can eat as many as you want,
Yeah,
and
no
they
one's
taste
no
like
one like yep,
they
those
taste
are
like
all
packing
her.
peanuts, so it's fine.
But they
Yeah, candy corn's the worst. I hate it. It's disgusting. I try every couple of years. I'm like, maybe my taste buds have changed, and no, I've never.
No.
Nope. Worst to eat on Halloween: a
worst.
toothbrush.
What is
We
your worst?
got one of
Right?
those last
My
night.
worst is candy corn.
Oh,
I hate
candy
it.
corn.
Yeah. It's just
So
the
I'm
worst.
gonna go with candy corn's easy answer, but sorry, I was looking at there's Christmas gummy clusters. I gotta stop looking.
Christmas gummy
Keep going.
clusters.
This episode
Yeah,
is now about gummy clusters and
we
Gummy
always are
about
clusters.
board
talking
games.
Hey,
about all that
actually,
food.
I'm gonna go run and grab my bag of gummy clusters. See if we can get a sponsorship deal.
My worst, my least favorite of like you'll actually get the fun size would be almond joys. Like
Shannon
I
is
don't like.
describing those peanut butter candies, and I don't know what those are called. I don't know how we all collectively know what these are,
Oh,
but
Chico stick, Chico
is that
stick.
what it is? They're so
Yeah,
bad.
Chico
Yeah, they
stick.
are. They taste
Yeah, they're like
like a
just like the
weird
little.
alternate universe peanut butter. Like
Yeah,
if somebody, yeah,
they're
it's
not a peanut butter. Yeah, Chico
and
sticks, Chico sticks. But yeah, almond joys are my like pass. I just don't. I don't like coconut, so that doesn't help.
I don't like coconut either.
So
Almond Joy
those,
is out.
I always traded the almond joys away when I got them.
I love almond joys.
You're gross.
No,
No, they're
I'll
so
eat it.
good.
I will put just about any candy bar up there before Almond Joy. That is the bottom of the barrel candy bar for
Really?
me. Sorry.
No,
I
no.
don't like coconut flavoring, and I don't.
Same.
But that's something wrong with your insides. That's not a
No,
candy
nope.
bar issue.
No, something's wrong with your insides.
What is wrong with you people? What is the almond joy hate?
It's just gross.
Come on.
It shouldn't exist. That's all. That's my
Oh,
only problem
okay.
with it.
Shannon's got a good one here.
What's
Those
that?
weird,
Oh
odd
yeah, we
peanut
Yeah.
butter.
missed that. Chico
Sorry.
sticks. We were talking about Chico
Bob
sticks.
says no, they're not Chico sticks. They're black
Oh,
and
they're
orange
not?
wrappers. Well, I don't know what a Chico stick is.
Oh, the
No,
Chico
he's
sticks are
talking
the
about
long
the
ones.
taffies.
Oh no,
He's talking about
they're-
those things that look like peanuts.
they look like taffy. They're in like
Mm.
little wrappers. It's either
Oh, I know what you're
black.
talking
You
about
have to
now. Oh
unwrap
yeah,
them.
those are gross.
And yes, that's what I was saying. They taste like
Yeah.
somebody didn't really know what peanut butter was supposed to taste like,
Yeah.
and they were like, maybe
What?
it's this.
What is
Peanut
up
butter
with you
kisses.
guys?
Peanut
Almond
butter-
Sorry,
joy.
Ryan. Nobody
That's
likes
fine.
almond joy.
Listen, if anybody wants to hit me up after the show, I'll give you my address. You can send me all your almond joys.
I found them.
So-
They're called peanut butter kisses.
Peanut butter kisses.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Hershey's thing. I don't know.
yeah. Look
Anyway.
at it. Here, these.
So I found that all my kids ate the 2 bags that we had.
Oh
Ha.
no.
The 2,
Good.
yeah.
You don't need
Yep. Those are gross.
Yeah.
those things. Yeah,
That feels like a
Good.
generic name. I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
is.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
where they're at.
Somebody ran out of ideas. They were
yeah.
like,
Did
Uh-huh.
we?
they're
Oh, our
kisses. So
speaking of kisses,
where are we
what-
going?
Yeah, what's next?
Going,
here?
Isaac.
What's next here?
I'm sorry, Ryan.
What board game would be great as a Halloween edition? Think Boop to Boop type of
Yep.
Halloween edition. What
Am I
game needs to be
first?
Halloweenified?
Yes.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit. This is a little bit of cheat, and I'm gonna say Rococo. And the reason I'm gonna say
Ooh.
Rococo, I don't know if you guys know that game. It's about
Love it.
making dresses and putting dresses on people, and then sending them out to the ballroom to dance. So the original theme, that was not the original theme. you were burying people and you were dressing them in their funeral garb and then putting them into cemetery plots, not sending them out to dance with the king. That was the original theme. They thought it was too macabre, and that's how it became
Wow.
Rococo. And ever since I heard that story, I've just kept thinking to myself, like, I want that original version to
That's
come out. Like, I would
interesting.
love to see what that original theme would be like. That would be like the perfect Halloween game.
Yeah,
Like, that's a
yeah,
cool, and
I
like
love
there's not a
that.
lot of like Halloween Euros. But the
yeah.
reason I call that cheating
Mm.
is because that does kind of already exist. Like, it did start off as that. So
Okay,
maybe there's some version of that he has that
that's
still
interesting.
exists with the graveyard theme. But yeah, that's a really
I will
cool
tell you
idea.
that so there's a roll and write, there's a print and play roll and write called Gravekeeper that comes out on Halloween Day. It's going to be on Kickstarter for like $3.
Nice.
I play tested it and did a full review of it. It's very good, but it has that theme. Basically, like nobles have died. Nobles die each round, and you have to bury them. And then there's grave robbers that come around at night in between rounds.
Wild.
And so it's
Hmm.
like there's something about that. Did you guys ever play Topps Bring Out Your Dead?
I didn't.
No, familiar with it, but never played it.
It was one of those games that I got early on before we started One Board Family, and I really like that game. Like it's a very cutthroat, vying for spaces and grave spaces and stuff. My brother and sister in law adopted it after we got rid of it from our collection, but yeah.
What do you
So,
got, sir?
more on this. Oh,
It
Upper
was
Deck,
Upper
not
Deck. That's
Tops.
right.
It was Upper Deck. So, Tony, this was the weirdest way to find out who is the psychopath that keeps almond joys in business. Yep. Okay. The all this hatred. I like coconut flavor. I like almonds. I don't like almond joy. What is?
Like a
Come
sane
on.
person, Rye.
Come on. Well,
Like
you
a
also
sane
hate
person.
bananas, so
Yeah, because
you
they're
can't be
gross.
trusted.
Wait, okay, never mind. I'm back on Ryan's side.
There
Bananas
we
are
go.
phenomenal.
Disgusting.
See,
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Isaac's
Isaac.
Isaac's the psychopath. So,
Anyway.
so
what game are
let's.
you booping?
Oh, okay. So I had an idea. What if we took Junk Drawer
Yep.
and we made Junk Drawer an attic storage game, and you had to try to store all of your yard ornaments and Halloween
Halloween.
decor in
Costumes.
it. So like maybe it's divided up. Maybe instead of a junk drawer being 4, maybe it's divided up into like 3, or it's got like like an angled piece or something, and you're trying to like put your skeletons away and your giant like pumpkins and your witch's cauldron. You got to put all those things back in the attic, but you got to make them fit. So
I
I'll
like it.
play that.
Will It game.
Yeah, we'll just throw it on Will It Game. I'll just pitch that.
So I was thinking something that was like candy pickup, like going in actually like doing the trick or treating, like going door to door. So I thought like some type of pickup and delivery where you're trying to get like an area control pickup delivery, get the best candy from this area. And all I think about is speakeasy anymore. So I was like, can I
Because I know
speakeasy
it's
Halloween?
sure.
Maybe. And then I was thinking about Tokaido, and kind of like I'll push to this house to get the better
Oh, that'd
candy,
be
but
kind of
maybe I could
cool.
stay
Yeah.
back to get
Yeah,
the
it's a
candies.
street. It's not Japan. It's just like one
Right.
block.
Just one block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can take
Interesting.
different paths. So, but yeah, lots of potential there, right?
Yeah,
Lots of
yeah.
we're gonna talk about some spooky games, but there's a lot of games that could be rethemed in that direction. We said 20th century and did not summon Chad. That was weird.
I know that's interesting. So,
It'll happen.
that's let's see what we got here.
Just shove it.
Oh,
Dead
dead
bodies in a
bodies in
grave.
a grave junk drawer. Yeah, that's
Yikes.
interesting. Ghost Love Kenny Roll and Right. That's a great one. So, then Hansa Teutonica as trick or treating paths. Interesting.
Yeah, it has some rhythm there to it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
We'll talk a little more about Halloween themed games, but before we jump into that, Ryan, we're going to ask our guest Ryan to talk a little bit
Not
about
me,
what he
Ryan.
does, with Japanime Games.
Sure. So I am marketing and communications manager for Japanime Games. So it's my job to get out there on social media and let people know what's coming out for Japanime. Let them know what cool events we're doing, what our Patreon is up to, what new Kickstarters we might have, retail releases, all of that. So it's part of like the sales department. It's a whole sales and marketing thing. Uh, if you know me, if you know my from my work on Man vs. Meeple, you know that I love talking about games. And so being able to join a company and take on a role where I get to talk more about games every single day is it's been great. I really, really love it. If you don't know what Japanime Games are, we do a lot of anime-themed games. So, it's a lot of games that come over from Japan. Our whole slogan is "We bring Japan to you," because we do import a lot of Japanese games, but mostly like the recognizable anime games. We've got Cowboy Bebop games, we've got Sailor Moon games, we've got Attack on Titan, we've got Black Clover coming out, we've got Lupin coming out. So, like all of these like anime recognition titles, and then we do create some original games in house that are kind of designed to appeal to anime fans, like games like Sushi Bo and Oshi Push, which is our new TCG that's coming out later this year. So these are games that did not come from Japan, but are games that we have created um, within our company and actually are now selling back to Japan. Oshi Push, for example, is becoming quite popular. It's getting quite an audience in Japan, so it's kind of funny that we can go both ways.
That's really cool. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Last year we did that Sushi Boat, which was a game about
It's
eating
so
at a
good.
sushi restaurant. It's a lot of fun. It's a cute little fun game, and that ended up becoming so popular here that we're actually bringing that one back over to Japan. So yeah, we're doing it both
So
ways.
yeah, this tactics game. So actually,
Yeah.
you shared Grand Blue Fantasy Tactics. This game we're big into. Aaron and I are really big into the player versus player, unmatched style, and like we really enjoyed this game. I loved if you
Huh?
look at that terrain, the way the terrain's set up and stuff. There's actually like push somebody off of that ledge. Like there's some really cool things that you can do, and it's card play and positioning on the board. So like you all have, I think, a pretty wide range of things to offer
Do
people who are interested in anime and anime culture and all that stuff.
And that game right there, that Japanime Tactics, I'm so excited for what the future looks like for that game. We've got Sword Art Online coming out early next year, and following that up with some IPs that I really want to spoil. I really wish I could drop that
Yeah.
knowledge right now, but the ink hasn't dried yet.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But we've got some really really cool plans for Japanime Tactics coming out.
That's cool.
And our newest release, the big reason that I wanted to actually come and like kind of pair this up with your Halloween special is because we did release just the newest Tanto Kore game, which is a haunted house game. So
Really?
yeah, if you know Tanto Kore, that is a game about generally like you're hiring these maids to come work in your house, and
Mhm.
it's been like a cute, cute maids working, right there. There it is, Tanto Kore. So this new one is all about rebuilding a haunted house and dealing with the
Really?
ghosts inside. So it's kind of got that creepy mentality. All the cards, there's a ton of ghost maids that you're hiring in, and the coolest thing about it, in my mind, is that the game designer that designed it is actually a professional real life ghost hunter.
What?
So yeah, his name's Ross Allison. He goes around the country uh, and does ghost hunts. He writes books
Interesting.
about
Amazing.
them. He teaches classes about them. He leads people out on them. It's kind of crazy.
That's
Look at
But
this one right
interesting.
here. This is the
yeah,
game.
yeah. But he
Memento
he
Mori.
loves ghosts. He loves everything about it, and he brought all of that love into the game design. So
So is
yeah,
this not exclusively an expansion, but could it stand alone on its
it is.
own,
Yeah,
being just
it's
a creepy game?
what we'd call a standalone expansion. Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah,
this
yeah,
is actually releasing like right now in retail. So
that's
a lot
really
of
cool.
stores are doing a big Halloween event, and we're hoping to have Tanto Core, Memento Mori kind of centered around some of those Halloween events at game stores because it is a really, really cool game for Halloween.
Nice, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I had
Yeah.
not heard of it, and that looks like
We'll have it
really
at
cool.
PAX. If you guys want to come
So,
by, take a look at it.
Awesome.
that's
Yeah.
really cool. So, very cool.
Yeah, I love it. I actually I snuck a copy out because I wanted to show it because
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
I have one. It's very cool. It's very spooky, and it comes with there's a whole tarot deck inside, and it's really cool.
Very cool.
So
So
yeah,
that's the
that's what we're
BGG listing for it right
yep,
there. So
that's what we're working on right now. That's our newest big release. Perfectly timed for Halloween.
nice.
Yep.
Very cool. You all check that out. Check out the website and just JapanimeGames.com
JapanimeGames.com. That's
It's
the
out
one.
in retail right now, you said so.
It's coming out this week. So
this week.
yeah, this week. So stores should already. Some stores might already have it up. Some might be waiting for Halloween. Like whatever.
Okay.
Ask your local game store.
That's really cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're really proud
I
of
didn't
it.
even know about that. Nice tie-in.
It's
It was good. Yes, it was serendipitous.
yes.
yeah, you're
Very
welcome.
good.
You're welcome.
So
Yeah. Like I said, come find us at PAX and take a look at it.
very cool. Yeah. So your booths, your booth at Origins had so much going on. There were so many little
Oh, I
demos.
know.
You had like some demos going on in each corner, and then you had things going on in the center. It was just like everybody was there to see what was going on.
Yeah, we usually do.
Yeah, it was nice. It was funny. I actually met a guy through our Thursday night. We run a Thursday night game night at Bites and Brews, which is a barcade here in Columbus, and so we met through this. And I was saying something to him about some games that we were going to review and had on our list that we had to try out over the next couple of weeks. And Grand Blue Fantasy had just shown up at the house that day. It was on a
Nice.
Thursday. And I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get over to MomoCon because I want to buy the new Japanime Tactics release. And I was like, Grand Blue Fantasy? And he was like, how do you know about that? And I was like, you're going to buy it? And he was literally going just to MomoCon because he wanted to pick that
That's
game
awesome.
up. And you all had a booth there. So
yeah, it's been the response to Japanime Tactics has been huge,
that's really cool.
which is really great for me because I get overly excited. I like Grand Blue Fantasy, but I came into Grand Blue Fantasy from Japanime Tactics. Like I did not really know much
I
about
don't
it.
know what that is.
Well, see,
But
that's exactly.
yeah. I'm enjoying the game as it is without knowing the source.
But
Oh,
now
wow,
I've watched
great.
the anime and I've started to get into the relink. So
Nice.
I can't. But some of these other ones that we've got, I've been a fan of for a very long time. I hope that's not a spoiler. You don't know
No.
what anime I love,
Yeah,
but there's
we
some.
don't know.
There are some that, and then of course, like we have access to so much stuff, and there's so much cool stuff out there that like my brain explodes. It's like I want to make 100 sets a year. I want every anime in Japanime Tactics.
What's
That's
good
awesome.
is the core of that game, the setup, the card play, the characters on the map, like all of it feels very good and it's very fleshed out.
Yeah,
So you can throw another IP in there. You can throw in
Sure.
different characters, and it's going to work because the core mechanics are so solid.
yeah. The Sword Art Online set is already looking awesome. Like
That's
that
really
is
cool.
that is going to be super sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right, what's up next?
Up next, you've already warned me. You messaged me separate from the show just to warn me.
Do you have a graphic? Because if you have one, we don't have to use mine.
No, the game chat presents pick 5.
Okay, let me share the graphic.
Oh, jeez.
Please, both of you, take this in.
Okay.
Enjoy it. I
So
spent a
this
little bit
is-
of time working on this yesterday.
Oh, jeez. What is
Oh my
happening?
God.
What is happening? You found these pictures.
You got all my
What
Halloween
did you
costumes.
do? These are
Take in
These-
the one
oh
with the
my
the
Oh
yellow
my
tie
God.
on the far right is my favorite of all of them.
oh my goodness.
You with
Well,
the shrimp is really good too.
that
I-
was my hair. Oh my goodness.
I almost
You didn't
wore
have
my
as
Fred
many.
costume.
That's why I told you you could wear an ascot.
I know you mentioned. I was like,
Oh,
how did you know I
That's where
have
that
one?
came-
I got it specifically for that Fred costume.
So this is I'm
Look at you. I even got him with us at Origins on the far right,
I
even
see
though he's
that.
not actually in that picture.
That's ridiculous.
That steampunk cosplay was from like I don't know
A long time ago.
2013.
Yeah, I had to.
Wow.
I dig back in pictures of both of you.
You did a good job grabbing pictures. So
There
that
was no non-facial hair pictures of you.
oh no,
Ryan, that I could
they
find.
don't exist.
Your baby
They
picture you had a
they're
beard.
out there, but so that picture with me with the hat on with the
The
pirate
pirate
hat.
hat?
That
Oh
is
yeah,
my real hair.
your
I
hair was
grew
Oh,
up my
wild
hair
there.
fantastic.
for I grew up my hair for 3 years. I didn't cut it, and
Some good looking
Aaron
hair, sir.
hated it. So
Is that you as Mike Myers, or is that
yeah, that's
just
me as
Mike?
Mike Myers.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really
That's
good.
actually recent.
That's
that's
really.
yeah,
I thought that was a movie still. That's good.
yeah, yeah,
That's him with his neighbors.
yeah. Why do you have that giant picture of me with my mouth wide open?
It
Golly,
just felt that's where I centered
It
everything
just
around.
felt.
oh,
It
that's
just felt
so
right.
bad. It's so bad.
Well, I'm glad you
So
enjoyed
Oh
that.
my gosh, that's
well,
quite
that
funny.
was something that happened.
That was
So,
not what I expected coming in today.
The Game
all right,
Chat presents Pick Five.
pick five.
That's our
These
graphic.
are five Halloween or spooky games that we enjoy and we want you to know more about. These are not necessarily the top five or the best five, but they're five that we recommend. So we're going to start with Ryan. We're going to do these one at a time, starting with Ryan with his number 5 pick.
Yeah, I wish I had all of them. I don't actually own all 5 of these, so I'm going to start with one that I don't own. And this is Cthulhu Death May Die. I think this is a phenomenal Halloween game for a variety of reasons. For one, that the system is solid, the theme is spooky. You're going up against Cthulhu or any one of these elder gods, kind of in a plug and play system where you're mixing scenarios. But the game itself, I talked earlier about like that tension of like this game more than any game I've ever seen comes down to like a die roll or a move
Yeah.
or a draw or like the entire party, everybody's just staring at you while you just like roll this giant pool of dice and it's like, did we get him? Because usually in this game, like I don't know if this is a beauty of the design or what. I don't know how they manage this. This is Eric Lang and Rob Davio. Almost every game I've played of this has come down to the wire almost
That's
every
crazy.
single
Yeah.
time. And it's just such a tense feeling when a game comes down to the wire, especially this is a cooperative game. And so like you really feel like you're in it together. And it's just a great game for a Halloween party.
That's really cool.
Love
yeah.
it.
I've seen it everywhere, but I've never actually played it. So that's really cool. I'm going to go with Vampire Village. This is a very brutal game. Basically you've got witches, werewolves, demons, and vampires attacking your village. You're building your village, and in between each of the phases, you're going to get attacked. But while the attacks are all these different creatures, the attacks are being dealt out by the neighbors next to you at the table. So they're going to look at where you're the weakest, and they're going to give you the cards that hurt you the most. It is a brutal game. We played this. We had a Halloween game night earlier this month, and it was just wreck Ryan day. I lost every single game I played, and this was the one that was the worst. I think I scored 3 points total for the entire game, and every time I turned around, somebody was passing me something that was just going to wreck me and kill all my villagers. So it is a brutal game, but it's a lot of fun.
Love it. One I think that Ryan first told me about on the show at some point was Campy Creatures from
Love
Keymaster.
Campy Creatures.
Great little game. Great to play any time of year, but this is the time this comes out for us. And
Yes.
just a fun little, and I made sure Ryan, the box is facing this way and the back is upside down.
Oh
You're
boy.
awful.
Like
You're
it's supposed to
awful.
be.
That's the real horror
You're
right
the
there.
worst. You're the worst. You're the true monster.
Yeah,
So-
fair enough. Number 2.
All right, number 2 for me, I actually own, and this is one of my favorite games to break out for Halloween. It's The Magnificent. This is not necessarily a Halloween game itself, but it is about putting on a dark carnival. And everything about this game is super creepy and super dark and super thematic to that idea of like you're traveling, you're like traveling carnival, and you've got all these performers that are like weird and like on the edge of like supernaturally creepy, but the actual gameplay is like really solid. Dice placement really feels great, and so I recommend this game to everybody. But it just, like look at that aesthetic. It's
Yeah,
just right there.
I've seen that front cover. I've never played it, but it definitely is. It has that creepy vibe. That's really
For
cool.
sure.
So, my next one. Speaking of creepy, Creep Show. This one's from Skybound Tabletop.
New
This
release.
is our most new release. This is our most played Halloween game this year.
Wow.
And so this one, it's hit the table a lot. You're basically building out stories together, and you're submitting cards to add suspense. And the suspense level is basically secretive until you decide to reveal it and count the cards and make some decisions. The game swings pretty heavily. Like you can really get yourself in a bind if you screw up and aren't counting properly. But Creepshow is a lot of fun, and it's got a unique mechanic to it, and it's press your luck. So
Awesome. Oh, ICP Carnival.
ICP Dark Carnival.
Nobody's
Yeah,
playing an ICP game.
now, isn't there an ICP deck
yeah.
builder?
I've heard it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, there's an ICP deck builder. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Tone has it.
Tony, do you have that deck builder?
He's a big ICP guy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Hank gave us his 5. If you're watching, give us your picks.
All 5 of those games from Hank were on my short list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any one of them could have made it to my final.
So the ICP deck builder is called Into the Echo Side. So
Yeah, that's right.
You throw Hank's up there, Ryan.
Yeah. Let me get back to that.
He's got Dead of Winter, Horrified, Betrayal, Chronicles of Crime, and Letters from Whitechapel.
All good.
My number 2 is a underrated roll and write from Devere. That's Castle Party. Fun little roll and write, Tetramino drawing shape. I love that this is a big, hey, you're throwing a party, you're making a ballroom, it's set up.
It plays pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, it's very quick, and it's also upside down.
I don't know why you do this to us.
It's awful. He's terrible.
I don't know if they're all like that.
And do you know what's going to happen, Ryan? He's going to put those back on the shelf, and he's going to go back to sleep. Like
nothing ever happened.
I might just leave them out on the table.
Goodness, I don't want to see your book library. You've got spines facing every direction.
Yeah, they face spines back towards the wall to protect them.
He creases in some of the pages intentionally.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He'll drop a book and then close it shut real quick, just so some of the pages are riffled.
Talk about one sentence horror stories.
Yeah, that's awful.
All right, number 3.
All right, number 3. Number 3 for me is Unmatched Cobble and Fog.
The best.
This is I think the best Unmatched. It was Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Dracula, and Sherlock Holmes. Perfect set for any Halloween party. And the game is easy to teach. It's accessible, and it drives that, like, as far as PvP games go, I don't love them, but I love Unmatched because the flow is so good and the mechanics are so good, and the artwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so streamlined. The characters all literally feel unique. I think we're at over 50 something characters now.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's like they are fantastic to play.
I have all of them.
Yeah. So the Witcher sets come out at the end of the year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come out next year. So I'm
stoked. And there's their new Kickstarter. The Turtles Kickstarter is doing like super well. I don't know if it's still running. It might have already ended.
It ran out last week.
Okay, so, it was doing phenomenal.
Yeah, it did fantastic. So, Isaac, do you want to pitch in any thoughts on Unmatched?
Isaac.
Yeah, Unmatched is really cool. I love it.
Okay. That sounds very secure in
the Star Wars version. That's the one I've played, and that's the one I own.
Hey, don't. That game was like one of the games that got me into gaming.
I love that game. I own it, and I do love that game.
That is a grail. If you ever
Star Wars Rivals, I've got it. Found it at a garage sale.
Rivals is the one that Funko is doing.
Oh no, Star Wars
Epic Duels.
Sorry, Epic Duels. Yeah.
I thought you were being serious. I thought you were saying that you have Star Wars Rivals, and that's the game.
Yeah, I do have Star. I also have Star Wars Rivals, by the way. So
Epic Duels. I actually found it years ago at a garage sale.
Really?
Oh man, that's sick.
That's really good. That's awesome.
Love
All right, this one's not very well known. This Tinkerbot Games, they've made a couple really cool games. Ghost Tell is just very straightforward. You're trying to scare the patrons of this haunted hotel, and everybody is putting their scare. Basically, you're attributing scare to a certain group of people, and so you're trying to get first or second place to get the most points. Everybody's collecting points when the person gets scared with who has the majority toward them. You have phobias, so somebody might come in with a clown phobia, so you use a clown card against them in order to like really ratchet up the scare. It's dice placement and dice manipulation. It's really cool. Ghost Tell is a really fun one that a lot of people haven't heard about. And the scariest part about this game, somebody put it on the shelf with the back upside down.
It was you.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
It's probably you.
No,
It's what all
but
your
I'm
games look
actually
like,
very upset.
weirdo.
I'm going to change it.
You gotta fix it right this moment.
I have to. And the rule book was somebody else packed this one.
Folded in half in the box.
That made
My
me feel
number 3
better.
is from our obligatory 25th century mention in every show, and that's Danny Devine's Ghost Love Candy.
Ghost Love Candy too.
The first one's great. Steve Jackson game, one of the first like hobby. I played everything Steve Jackson, and really enjoyed that. This one though, the art's phenomenal. The game is great, super solid.
100 kids.
Characters. Oh yeah, I don't get tired of looking at these.
100 kids. They're so good.
Well designed and,
Yep.
and put out, and it's correct on the box. In case you were curious.
Tony comes in with Zombicide. Yes, so good. My
Yep.
Zombicide collection is off camera right over there. Haunt the House, such a good one from Kids Table Board Gaming. And then Betrayal, Mysterium, and Werewolf.
Yep.
Werewords. I didn't think about that one.
Werewords
is
is
really
great.
good.
Werewords is great too.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have named 30 games I'd bring to
Oh, yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
When we have our Halloween game night, which fortunately we didn't have this year because I was at Disney. I just got back, so I had to choose. But I always bring like a stack of games, including this. Let's talk about this next one.
Number 4.
Number
Good
4 is I don't have that with me, but it's Blood on the Clock Tower. I think this is my favorite version of social deduction games because it really it feels way more gamey than Werewolf or any of those other like versions of Werewolf. And if you've never played Blood on the Clock Tower, it's the more thematic one too. Like it comes with this giant tome, and it's like way more complicated than you'd expect. Like there's a lot of roles that are like, if this roll does this, then that roll does this, and this roll does that, and then you have to kind of watch and see, and then you're like, okay, well if this person's this, that means this one's not in here, and then you almost like need a little like clue style score sheet to like keep track of like, okay, somebody's here, somebody's not here. But it is my favorite, and it is a great way to like end a Halloween game night. Yeah, you can see all the way that they use that book to like put all the rolls, and you have to keep track of like who's who. And there's so many different scenarios. They use different setups, so like the game doesn't ever feel old to me. And it gives everybody something to do. The narrator has a lot to do. Even if you are killed off, you still have a lot to do. You still get to participate. So it does a lot of things right. I really love it.
That's cool. Yeah, Blood on the Clock Tower is one that I'm going to eventually play. I don't know when. I have this weird, like, when I'm at a convention, it's about the only time I'm going to play it. But I'm also at a convention for a limited amount of time, and I don't want to spend 3 hours doing that.
No, those guys, we've seen them, We'll go to bed at, Isaac? We go to sleep at like 2, 3 a.m. and we walk by and the whole room is full. They're still playing social. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's always the last thing at Tantrum. You see people playing that even when we're done. They're still playing.
Oh, man, I can't wait for Tantrum.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tantrum Con, I don't know if this is... I don't know if they've announced this yet or not. Guess what? There's a Beano tournament, and One More Family's running it. So...
I'm so excited.
Yeah, Beano tournament, man. I'm all about it.
Oh, that's my favorite game. My 3 boards are sitting right next to me here.
I'm like shy of getting a 3rd board. It's really
played.
Bleh.
I guess I'm about to.
Oh man. You know what we're talking about, right?
I've seen it, but I've never played it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you guys were everybody was obsessed.
Oh my gosh,
with it.
I'm sorry.
I have not played
good.
I have 3 boards now.
I know that. Yeah, I know it came out in 2019, but guess what?
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah, it appears on a top 10 list this year.
Yeah, well, I feel like
I'm not going to tell you whose.
There was some con. What con were we at that everybody?
Origins, we had
was it Origins? Oh my gosh!
Everybody had their boards.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then we are finishing up. I made it in the top 4 of our Bino League here in Columbus.
Very nice.
So top 4 player. So I'm in the finals.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah.
I think we're going to start a league locally. We've been talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, Shannon, SFG, they sold out. They sold out on Saturday afternoon, late in the afternoon. They killed it. So
3 boards is not
3
enough.
boards is enough. It's not enough. I
need a black one still. I don't have a black.
You don't have a blackboard?
No, I have the high turf and the low turf.
Okay.
They play so different.
They really do. They really do. Okay, back to scary games.
Yeah, scary Bino games.
This one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the board game. This one's from Trick or Treat Studios. This is a cooperative game, came out last year, where everybody is trying to make it through and collect all the things that they need to get the van running again before Leatherface comes out and chops you up. This one, there's a lot of tension in this one. I love, this is the 50th anniversary this year, 50th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So put that soundtrack on. It's super unsettling. The game is tense. It's real good. So, Chad Elkins coming.
You're late. You already missed our 25th century.
Yeah, we already. Yeah, he already got his $5.
I already did that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Chad was hoping we talk about Dracula versus Van Helsing. That's why he's here.
Well, that's on a later list later in the show. So.
All right, number 5. We're up to
number 5. This is the last one.
Oh, this is the last one?
Make it count, Ryan.
I'm going to make it count. This is my number 1 Halloween game that I play every Halloween if possible. Mansions of Madness.
No.
This has it all. This is a huge, huge, giant game. Literally, look at this box. Look how
is your box upside down?
It might be. I
what
didn't
the
do that.
Crap, Ryan?
I didn't play this last.
It's fine.
Just so we know.
It's fine.
That's what happens when I bring it to a Halloween game night. But that, like, you get up, you get the TV hooked up, you get the lights low, the mute, like, it is so thematic and it sucks you into the narrative. And there are so many different narratives to play, and they're all so different. Like, I play this game every Halloween forever. Mansions of Madness.
Nice,
love it.
That's awesome. So Chad's asking, are we going to get a Texas Chainsaw? Are we going to get a Gamer Neighbor video of Texas Chainsaw? No. I did the Halloween one. I'm not.
You didn't see the picture. I'll have to share it with them later.
Yeah. So my number 1 game. This is a game that is in my top 10 of all time. This is a game that Aaron and I have a deep affection for, and we've played it so many times. We love it. We have a second copy still in shrink because this one is starting to show its age. That is the Bloody Inn. Weberson Santiago's artwork, one of my favorite artists doing board games right now. Phenomenal game. The game is tight. It's an economic game. It's morbid. It's unsettling. I love the Bloody Inn so much. So,
awesome.
Yes. And again, I didn't put this game back on the shelf because look, Isaac, were you in my house?
I was. Did you not see me?
Makes me
I asked.
He was at the Halloween party.
I messaged Aaron and asked her to flip them all upside down.
Flip all these things upside down.
That was that crash you heard earlier.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So, Chad loves the Bloody Inn too. So put the Carnies expansion in there. So good.
Gosh, I got like 5 sitting over here still left. I think I'm gonna go simple. I'm gonna go. We
Kirk
talked about
loves
Steve
the Bloody
Jackson.
Inn also.
We talked about Steve Jackson games. Simple, sweet, easy is zombie dice.
That's classic right there.
Just a very easy. It's the brain case. It's got all the expansions in here.
Nice.
You can play the Batman version if you don't like the scary zombies, but this is a classic dice roller. I actually had 2 Steve Jackson. I had that one and Mars Attacks dice games.
I love Mars Attacks, the dice game. It's so
good. They're both easy dice chuckers. And, people sometimes when they come to your party, they don't want to learn a bunch of stuff. And so
we played Mars Attacks at lunch a lot at work.
King of Tokyo, another good dice chucker for the season. So
that's
our 5. That's our our pick 5.
Chad dropping some information. Weberson did artwork for a game we have coming out next year.
Ooh,
it looks real good. Not gonna lie. So I've seen
some
of it.
So if anybody has any game pitches for 25th Century, I'll be accepting game
Oh,
pitch to the
nice.
PAX Unplugged for Chad. He said I have no official role, but I can sign whatever I want.
Oh, perfect. I've got a lot of
that's
games
nice.
for you.
I have 94 episodes of a game called a show called Will It Game.
Oh,
Would you like
perfect.
to
We
hear some
need,
of those?
yeah, I'd love to. They're all signed. You don't have to. I've
Oh,
heard of
that was easy.
Yeah, I've heard most of
Even
them.
even the one that Steve Jackson criticized. That's cool.
Yeah, 25th Century has some great Halloween games already. Like they've got, like I
Yes.
mentioned, Vampire or Dracula versus Van Helsing. They've got Dr. Jekyll versus Mr. Hyde. Let's do it. Wolfman versus the Wolf Hunter.
I love
Let's
it.
let's
That'd be
do
good.
that. Frankenstein versus Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, yeah.
That feels good.
Ryan versus Ryan.
Creature of the
see
Black
that.
Lagoon versus the Black Lagoon. Like
Yeah,
Versus
like
the
will
Black
he
Lagoon.
drown? We don't know.
we could do it. We could do it forever.
It's
I
good.
love it. We're in.
So
Chad,
do it.
you owe me for these ideas.
they're all great
all
ideas.
signed.
All golden tickets.
Signed on the
So let's talk
Thank
about
you.
what we've been playing. So
Yeah,
Ryan,
what have you been playing, Ryan?
So I heard you mention Speakeasy earlier. I
So
love
good.
Speakeasy. It is so good, but that's not the one I want to talk about. The one I want to talk about that's really captured me is the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth,
I
which
just
is
bought that.
the reskin.
Yeah.
I say reskin, but it's really kind of got some new mechanics to it. A new
Okay.
version of Seven Wonders Duel. I love Seven Wonders Duel. It is one of my favorite two-player
Great.
games of all time. Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite IPs of all time.
IPs,
So that's for me a match made in heaven. And the game it's just great. It's just fun. In fact, I want to go play it right now. Honestly.
I bought it, but I haven't learned to play it yet.
Oh,
So I
it's
need
so
to.
good.
Okay, I need to jump into that. So
I'll just go over and have Ryan teach him.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it anytime.
well, I can't play anything but Dracula versus Van Helsing because every single night Aaron's like Dracula versus Van Helsing, Dracula versus Van Helsing. Can we play this one? And every single night. So we're playing this all the time. It's phenomenal. It is very close to one of our favorite two-player games of all time at this point. We've played it probably
Love it.
15 times. So since we
That's awesome.
picked it up, it's tense, of course. Weberson Santiago artwork, but it's tense. It's very strategic. There's ways to really mess your opponent up. I love how this plays. So, and no matter which side you play on, it plays really well. So,
we've been playing the most recently around here is actually on Ryan's shelf, over underneath above his Dabawala over there.
Dabawala, yeah.
And that's
wow.
Forges of Ravenshire.
Forges of
yeah.
Okay.
You got it over there.
Listen,
Wow.
Listen.
So
I told
good.
you guys, this is
So
a
good.
fantastic game.
It's amazing.
Why did you guys take 3 months to figure it out?
I was waiting for somebody to send me a review copy.
Oh,
So I that's how things line up in our houses. You know that.
dude, the game is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
so
I've taught
good.
my son, our wife, some of our local friends, and everybody has absolutely loved it so far.
Good,
Nice placement. I'm all over it.
Always.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's so good. One last one, Shallow Sea. This one's the new one from Bad Comet. Comes to Kickstarter tomorrow.
Ooh.
It is
Very
phenomenal.
I like Bad Comet stuff.
I feel like Bad Comet is just every time they have a release, I'm like, oh man, this is really good.
I got it.
Oh, did you get what's the creatures?
Miraculous.
Wondrous creatures.
Wondrous creatures. That game was so good.
So good. Yeah. So anyway, do not sleep on this. Shallow Sea goes to Kickstarter tomorrow. It is so good. I have a full
Write
video
that one down.
overview on our YouTube channel. It is, yeah. It's a game that I think is going to stay up there with Azul for us as far as it's puzzly. And it has the drafting mechanic of Overboss and Cascadia. So
very cool.
All right, enough of that. Sorry.
Hey, where can we find you?
Yes, Ryan, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Loremaster Ryan. You can also find my company on Twitter at Japanime Games. Yeah, we do also a newsletter every week if you want, twice a week, most of the time. If you want to like stay up to date and get all of our giveaways, we give away so much stuff at Japanime, by the way.
Nice.
Like we're just giving away stuff all the time. So stay tuned because we're giving away some stuff this week even for Halloween. So be sure to
Very
follow
cool.
us
Yeah.
on all the Japanime Games socials. Follow me on all the MVM socials, Man versus Meeple on Twitter. We're all over the social. You can find me in 3 different places.
Everywhere.
That's how it is in this industry. We all
Yeah.
Exist everywhere.
we all exist everywhere. We do so many different things, and that's what I love about it.
That's cool. Go out and follow Japanime Games. Get you some free giveaways this week. You can find us at One Board Family all over the place. Go to oneboardfamily.com. We have probably 6 or 7 items, 6 or 7 Halloween themed board games that we've reviewed and written posts on. Our holiday buyer's guide is being written right now. So there's lots of stuff to check out at One Board Family all over the place, except for Pinterest. Never Pinterest.
You can find us at Pinterest along with TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, MySpace, ICQ.
I'm going to look it up right now.
You go ahead, look it up. I'm on
AIM.
there.
Are you?
AIM. I am actually. Do you know that I had 2 different companies at Gen Con that I talked to just kind of casually about what we did, and the one it was really good size said, "Are you guys on Pinterest? Because we see a ton of traffic on Pinterest." I was like,
okay,
really?
Pinterest.
Hadn't even thought of that.
Never thought of that either.
Yeah, but they said
sidekicks.
Yep, it's on there. There's not much on there, but it's on there. I kind of flagshipped it after Gen Con. I haven't done much with it, but I will be putting this picture I just did for the game chat Pick 5.
Awesome. That needs to be on the internet, doesn't it?
2v1, sorry, Ryan. Yeah, you can find us on all those sites. We have a few reviews coming this week. I think a couple all play games, Lure, and one of the small box games, maybe Panda coming out here in the next week.
Nice.
So good stuff. Oh, no, River Valley Glassworks. I got to finish that one.
Yep.
So good. So good.
It's really good.
But yeah, you can find us on all those. Find us on TikTok, where we do most of our fun content. So
nice. Very cool. It was awesome hanging out with you, Ryan. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Really
always a pleasure.
So,
always fun to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it was great to have a good Ryan on here for once.
yeah, having a high quality Ryan. So thank you for classing the joint up.
Yes, finally, collared shirt and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do that.
I'm glad to oblige.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. So you all have a great one and enjoy your Halloween. See ya.
Take care. See ya.